So what that sign is about is basically what it says, and it has the phone number that to call. And you know, the irony of it all, I've had that sign out there for probably a month and a half now, and I've probably got 2 calls. And so that says to me that we have a serious problem in our community regarding the plumbing trade. And it's the very reason why, if you did some research on it, you'll find that we only make up about 8% of the plumbers in this state, or in this country even. We being people that look like me, people of color, African Americans, if you will. And so, what I've determined to be an approach to fixing that, I consider that a brokenness, by the way. Mm-hmm. When I see something or hear something that's not exactly like it should be, what the Lord has put in my spirit, the way to address that is to consider it as a brokenness and then find a way to fix it. So, I said, well, if I could get, and let's back up a little bit, if you will, why am I here in this place? Mm-hmm. Well, I can tell you why. In the early 60s, right after I came here from Alabama, we being my daddy's youngest sister and her husband that she met and married in Tuscaloosa at Stillman. Mm-hmm. It was institute at that time. We built the church right there. Mr. Smith, next door, across the street here on Rhode Island Street. Mr. Smith came here right out of school, Mr. Andrew Smith, and built this place. Gary was a thriving city, as you probably know at that time. Mr. Andrew Smith built this, and he lived back here on the same property. Oh, okay. That's where he lived at. Did well. So, what the Lord put in my spirit was this. To say, reverse that. Say, now, Mr. Smith built this to bury people, and he did very well at it. He said, now I want you to take the same facility, AJ, and put life into people. You know, you read about a lot of stories in the Bible, if you're a Bible reader, you know, how God spoke to different people about different things. He didn't stop there. We hear the statement sometimes, now God is the same today, yesterday, and forever. You've heard that, I'm sure.
Yes.
You know, well, he speaks to me.
Okay, so how are you going to get, so you need to draft some people.
Yes.
To put training and life.
Exactly. Here's how the Lord showed me to do that. I'm working on that now. He said, the mission of the church, see, that's where our salvation is. That's where our whatever it is in the church. Everything that we have accomplished as a people started in the church, by the way. Mm-hmm. So, the Lord showed me, said, now, if I can get, and I'm putting letters together now, I'm going to send out to all churches with a request for them to seek out someone in their congregation that's mechanically inclined. It don't make no difference how bad it is, whatever, as long as he ain't too smart. Because if he's too smart, I can't do nothing with it. But anyway, and that's how we're going to deal with the cost of doing this. See, what I'm doing here, it ain't free now.
Okay.
The only somebody that gives me something is the good Lord now.
Right.
Okay, but that's going to change, I'm sure. So, when I get these letters out to all the pastors in the city, to identify somebody in your congregation that's mechanically inclined, and then we can take that person and start them with basics, just like they do in the military. You got to go to basic training first. They teach you things like how to make up your bed and all that, you know. But main thing, how to get up on time and be at your designated where you're supposed to be on time. That's what this program is about. And the name of this program that we run the training program is the Northwest Indiana Mechanical Prep Academy. That's what it is, the name of it.
Okay.
Now, prep, that means we get them ready. Now, I've been in communication with the unions and all that. We're going to take some of these guys, some of them walk around here with the pants hanging down the back, and the Lord showed me the fix about that. So it's easy to fix. They put some overalls on them. They won't sag. And while we're on the overall piece, I wear Liberty overalls because my dad wore them. I can't wear them like he did, but I try.
What do you mean like he did?
Well, he did much more than I could ever do.
He wore them every day?
Not only that, but he raised 12 of us and laid down levels all a little something.
Oh, okay.
He didn't come up here, he stayed down there. Tom Brown did.
Okay.
And I asked him one day, we had our own farm, we didn't work for the other man, but he was always giving folks stuff. I couldn't understand him because some of them were stealing from him, and he knew it, that he was giving stuff we had to go work hard for. And I asked him one day, I said, Papa, that's what I call him. I said, how come you always giving these old sorry folk what we have to work hard for? He looked at me, he said, son, you have to have love in your heart. That's what he told me. I didn't understand that then. I understand a little better now.
Right, okay.
And it becomes the answer to why I do what I do.
That's it. Okay.
It comes to that, yeah. So today, the name of this place we're in now is the Browntown. That's where I come from. A community in Alabama named for my great-grandparents. And this place, I named it the Browntown Love and Life Center. And right under that you'll see, I'll show you on the way out, it says, where new life begins with love.
Oh, okay.
So our approach is just a little bit different than the norm. Getting back to how the church is involved with this,
We're going to get